Hi, this is Todd Olthoff from toddolthoff.com coming back at you with another screencast. In this week, we're going to take a look at OwnCloud, and we're going to take a look at OwnCloud for the Mac. We're going to look at the Mac client that comes with OwnCloud. Now, this is a part of a series that I've been doing on how to set up OwnCloud for the Mac, and so if you haven't started that series yet, you're kind of coming in the middle. You may want to look back at some of the other screencasts that I've done in this particular series so you can get the idea of how to set up OwnCloud on the Mac so you can run your own OwnCloud server. What I'm going to do today is show you the Mac client. So if we go over to OwnCloud.org, and if we just click on the download button, what you'll see is that there are a number of options here for downloading. There's the OwnCloud server, but as we keep going down, you can see that we've got OwnCloud desktop clients. And we've got one right here for Mac OS. There's also one for Windows and for Linux as well. So what we're going to do is go ahead and we download the one for OwnCloud for Mac OS. You see there's a production version and there's also a test pilot cloud. So that would be like a beta version. So I've already downloaded the production version already so that it's on my machine. So I'm just going to put this down and show you what it looks like to start it for the first time. Okay, once you launch OwnCloud for the first time, you're going to be asked to connect to your OwnCloud server. So in here is where you're going to put your server address with the information. So it might be local host with your port, or if you've got a server name, you can put that as well. So I'm going to put in my information here. And once you've got that in, then you can say next. And it's going to try to connect to the actual server itself. So it may take a little bit of time to let this run, but once it's done, then it will pull that up for you. So we'll let it run. And once it's finished connecting, I will show you what it looks like. Okay, once it's connected to the server, then it's asking for your username and password. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. And so it could be your regular username for whatever user you've got, or your admin password, either one. So let's go ahead and put that information in there. I'm just going to click on next. And so now that it's loaded that, it's going to ask me a few questions here. It's going to ask if I want to sync everything from the server, and you can see it tells me how much space that's going to take up, 6.4 megabytes. What I can do as well is ask for confirmation before syncing folders larger than, and I can set a particular size, so that way it's going to ask me, do you want to do this, just in case OwnCloud starts to fill up and I don't have a lot of storage on my computer. And I can also ask for confirmation before synchronizing external storage as well. Or I can just put this and say choose what to sync, and so it shows me all of the different things that I have here, such as documents, photos, a project, WebDAV, that sort of thing. And I can choose specifically just by checking here what to sync, and I can even do it down to depending on what I have in the different folders, what I have in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cancel. I'm going to leave it at the defaults there. Now what I can do too is designate what the local folder is, and so what it's going to do right now, it's going to create an OwnCloud folder for me on this path on my drive, and so that will happen. I can skip folder configuration, go back, or connect. So I'm just going to go ahead and say connect. And so what it's going to do, as you can see here, is it's starting the synchronization process. It shows that I am connected to my server, and it shows me the server that I'm connected to, and then it'll show me information on my account. If I just click on this, you see I can add new, log out, or remove. And then here it's showing me my OwnCloud folder has been in sync. It's got the little check mark there. And if I come over here to the ellipses, I can open the folder, force a sync now, pause the sync, or remove the folder from connection. Down below, I've got synchronize all, synchronize none, and apply manual changes. And it just says they're folders that weren't synchronized because they're either too big or they're external storage. So it didn't sync the WebDAV because I had chosen not to sync external storage when I had set it up initially. Now, if you just take a look in here, I've also got activity, and it will show me any of the activity that I've done in OwnCloud. You can see the sync protocol and the local sync and all the things that it has put in there. And you can see there's some of the things we used before, like the squirrel photo. I've got the manual. I've got the Apple II JPEG, and that sort of thing is in here. And you saw that in a previous screencast. And then it also shows me what it didn't sync, if there was anything in particular there. Now, up here, I've got general. And these are general settings where I can choose to launch on startup, which is something I'd probably recommend if you're going to use OwnCloud so that it is running in the background or starts up right away. I can choose to show desktop notifications, and I can choose to use monochrome icons if I want, and that'll just match whatever's in my toolbar. If I uncheck that, then it'll make them color. Down here, I can say what to do. I can edit ignored files. Again, here's where I can change that information again about whether I want confirmation on external storage or not, and then just some information about OwnCloud. And then finally over here, here's information about the network. And so if I was working with a proxy, I could set that up, and I could choose what I want to do with my bandwidth and for download and for upload as well. But this is the OwnCloud preferences right here, and so everything's set and ready to go. Let me just click back into here. What I can do, again, if I came here, I can say open folder. And what it's going to do is take me right to the Finder to where that folder is. And you can see, here's my information. There's the JPEG for the Apple that I had there. Here again is documents with an example text file. And I've got the OwnCloud manual. Here's the photos I had in there before in project. So what it will do is keep everything in sync. So if I put things into these folders, it's going to sync it to my OwnCloud server as well so that everything stays in sync together. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and close this for a minute. Now, one more thing I do want to show you is there is a menu bar icon up here in the top. And if I just click on this cloud here, you see that I can open OwnCloud in a browser. So I can go right to the browser version of OwnCloud. I can open the folder that I have OwnCloud in. I can take a look at recent changes that I've got here, get right to the settings, which is what I'm viewing down below. And then I can also pause synchronization, log out, or quit OwnCloud if I want to do that as well. So that gives you an idea of how OwnCloud for desktop works on a Mac. And so as you can see, it's a great way to sync your information with your own private cloud back and forth, and really is, could be a decent replacement for some of the things that you were missing on Mac OS. So that's all I have for this week. I'll be back at you next week with another screencast to help you learn how to do more things with your Mac. If you're interested in help in setting up your own server, feel free to contact me at todd@toddolthoff.com.